Hello, Spurs fans. It's Paul Hotspur Hippie here with a brand new show. It's a bit like the old one. I've just given it a new name and a lick of paint. I got fed up with the name Tottenham Tangents, and I thought I only like really streaming for an hour at a time, unless it really goes mad. But an hour is about, maximum. So Hotspur Hippie Happy Hour it is. Hello, everyone. Episode 1. And what have we got to be happy about today? Well, Tottenham have got a new director of something. I've just done a video about this a couple of hours ago and uploaded it, so I'm probably squashing the viewers for that because I'm doing a live thing at the same time. I know how it all works. But we've got a new director. Is it technical director? I had a quick look at the press release. I really don't care, but it's news, isn't it? So was it Johan Lange, who previously I think was at Aston Villa? Not there now. He's with us. He's starting the 1st of November, or maybe that, according to Tottenham's calendar, that means he might rock up somewhere February next year if we haven't stuffed it up. But look, my hypothesis is that these directors are not necessary in the game of football. They haven't added anything. They haven't made it better. They've just made it more expensive for everyone concerned. So I don't really care as long as he's not totally incompetent like some we've had. I think Ange's still running the show. I don't like all these levels of hierarchy. Manager, owner, that's it. When you got manager, director of this and super there of that and all that, it just gives players more people to whinge to, doesn't it, really? And that's another thing. Who's running the show? Is it Ange? Is it Daniel Levy? Is it Scott Munn? Is it Johan Lange? Who is it? Who's in charge? It's Ange. It's bloody Ange. That's all you need. Memory serves me. We had a pretty good transfer window just gone. No director of bugger all there, was there? But somehow we got some players in, got rid of a couple. I suppose when you're looking at transfers, how many transactions are you looking at every year? I know, let's make it big. Say 6 in the summer, incomings, couple of outgoings. Then in the January window, 2 and 2. Maybe, I don't know, maybe in a big bumper year of stuff, it's 15, maybe. And I'd guess that 7 or 8 of those would write themselves, easy to sort out. There's probably about 5 or 6 that are really time consuming. It's not a full-time job though, is it? But apparently it is, and he's probably getting paid millions. But hey, for capitalism. Anyway, this is the happy hour. I'm going to come to the comments. We'll see if we can string it out for an hour. Hey, let's see who we've got here. There's a few of you in, all sort of sloping in bit by bit. I've got a few comments. Thank you, everyone. By the way, speaking of comments, I had a lot of people commenting on the video I did. I think it might have been yesterday. And I talked about getting 2,000 subs. I had lots of really nice comments from people on that. So thanks to everyone. I'm not going to reply to them, but I do read them. All right, here we go. I had a good fun old stream with Jacob this morning. It's good to be back. I took a day off today because I got paid by YouTube yesterday. Can you believe it? So that gave me a guilt-free day off. So I'm only working 6 days this week. Hey, Milton No Breaker. G'day, man. Good afternoon, Paul, the only Hotspur Hippie to grace our beloved channel with his words of wisdom. Oh, that's a big rap, that is. Let's all gather around and look down on everyone underneath us. The double is on. I don't know what you're referring to, man. How could we possibly be looking down on people with what? Oh, you mean that? Oh, okay. Yeah. Number 1. We're still number 1. We're going to be there for another couple of weeks. The wailing and gnashing of teeth of other fans. Milton O'Breger also says, I had a dream we win the league. Undefeated. Sonny Golden Boot. Bloody hell, this is a dream and a half. Oh, I had a dream recently about Tottenham. I was playing for Tottenham. That was it. This sort of dream doesn't happen very often, but I did score a goal. And Sim from We Are Tottenham TV was the manager. He was just standing on the sidelines, walking up and down with a bucket and a sponge. Luckily, I didn't get injured. didn't want that happening, do you? Golden Boot winning, Bayern not winning nothing. And Harry Kane begging us to take him back, but we got Valise bagging goals second half of the season. Well, not that I wish any ill will on Harry, really. You know, if you look at it favourably, he kind of maybe did us a solid by getting a load of money for him, possibly. I've heard that from friends of mine. Could be true. But Bayern are third in the Bundesliga at the moment. How long will it be? Moth. How long will it be before there's talk of the Harry Kane curse, the curse of Kane? If we start winning trophies and Bayern don't, I mean, you'd have to feel for the guy, wouldn't you? Bloody hell, man. Oh, here we go. Three-legged dog. G'day, man. Big up, Paul. Big up, TLD. Rob Patterson. We're top of the league. Said we are top of the league. We are top of the league. Is that it? I don't know. But we are. We are still. Side answer. Bigger Paul on big Paul and chat. Yeah, big up there. Side answer. And Milton's bigging everyone up as well. Getting a few ads. I thought I switched the frequency of that down. I'm just going to get used to the settings on it because I don't want like adverts every 30 seconds for people. That'd be sucky to watch. So I'll have to see what I can do. Get the balance right between me milking it in and you having a pleasurable viewing experience. Rob Patterson, love the green, bro. Oh, this is a Charlatans t-shirt, Sproston Green. I've seen them a few times. I first saw them in Sheffield in 1990. The last time I saw them was a few years ago in Sydney. Brilliant band. Still good. Still great band. Great band. Milton O'Brien, director of Tea Lady. I mean, what do you need them for? I don't know if I expressed it as well as I could in the video today, but I've got this thing about marketing and this thing called UX. It's basically you just go and like marketing has just made everything more expensive in the world, really. That's all it's done, and filled the pockets of marketeers. We don't need it. Like if I want to buy a box of tea bags, I can make my own mind up, but I'm paying a bit more for the tea bags because they're all rivaling each other and all spending loads and millions of dollars on advertising to try and grab my attention, which is tricky to do at the best of times. I don't even watch any tea bag adverts, but I've got to pay more for my tea bags because of these clowns. It's capitalism, isn't it? Eh? And the same things in football. Hang on, Kim. Sorry, man. The same things in football. The more money is in it, the worse it gets. Well, isn't it supposed to get better? Oh, yeah, you can sit down. You can have a beer poured from the bottom up. I mean, how's that work? Doesn't it all get like clag in the bottom? There's like a valve. I haven't seen it. It's like a valve. So how do you clean it? Do you need a special bespoke dishwashing machine to clean your special valve bottom glass? Is that how it works, is it? So everyone's paying more for beer because of all this crap. Kim62, g'day man, member of the Hotspur Hippie commune. Thank you for your support. Morning, evening, Paul. Ready for a good chat? Great to catch you live. So is it 8:45 in England now, isn't it? Because our clocks have all buggered up and changed, and you've gone back and we've gone forward. So it's 11 hours difference for the next 6 months instead of 9, which makes football games a bit trickier as we draw into the summer in Australia. But nice to have you around, Kim. It's cool. Three-legged dog. Paul, I usually watch a rerun of Dad's Army or Yes Minister at this time. I thought I might get a good laugh here instead. I don't know. That's yeah, you're putting me in with stiff competition there with those two, Dad's Army and Yes Minister. See, you just make me depressed now. What new comedies are there that aren't just cringy or My Bad, that kind of comedy? Ricky Gervais, what a dickhead he is. It's all just nasty, and like those two, Dad's Army and Yes Minister, they were largely silly. That's the sort of things I like, silly. just in case you missed it, you latecomers. It's only 6 seconds, so I know the tune's annoying, but it's only 6 seconds. Here we are. That's what I did on my day off today. I've got to do something. I'm bored. Hey, Asarian is here. Evening, Paul and hippies. It's been a happy couple of months, to be fair. You've had a very nice, easy, cushy start to your Spurs journey, man. Lifetime of heartache is coming your way. But well, it depends when you're born. So let me see. If you're born in say 1945, so the war's just over. Hey, Vera Lynn, all that. Then you would have and say so 1945. Let's give you 80 good years. So you're still alive. You've had a bit of crap recently, but you've seen 2 league championships, what, 5 or 6 FA Cups, 3 European things. So it depends what window of time you're born, but maybe this is the start of a new golden period. I hope it is. But I'll take another hour of happiness for sure. There's always, when I'm not moaning and whinging, there's always room for a bit more happiness around, I reckon. I reckon we'll still get on a few tangents tonight. Come on, you Spurs. I'm hoping so. Because I've got nothing to talk about. So it's up to us together to create something. Pressure. Ooh. Oi, mate. It says Tim Pereggi. Hello, Tim. Lenny Vial. Good to see you enjoying your day off, glorifying the greatest team to ever grace the planets. Wow. I've been only considering planet Earth in my by far the greatest football team the world has ever seen. See, I even say world, don't I? You just expanded it into the cosmos. Remember, we want Ange Postecoglou to be world president, just in case there's aliens up there. There's not, by the way. It's just us. Sorry, internet weirdos. It's just us, isn't it? But if there were, and they come down, who do you want to meet them? Rishi Sunak, Anthony Albanese, Joe Biden, Michel Macron, Justin Trudeau, or whoever they got in Canada. Any of these people? No, you'll have intergalactic war within 5 seconds. None of them can hold their, grace and welcome our interplanetary overlords or visitors or whatever. Just be dugger. But if you had Ange Postecoglou there, g'day, mate. How you going? And we'd have galactic peace. And as Lenny points out, we would be playing teams for other planets, which is kind of exciting because we don't even know what they look like. But I'm sure wherever there is intelligent life, there is football. Guaranteed. Or pod ball. Tentacle ball. Oh, no, we don't want to go down that rabbit hole, do we? Greatest team to ever grace the planets with Sim as manager. I know, it's funny. He wasn't even like, look, it was a funny old dream because I was playing at fullback and then I ended up at centre forward or something. And I should have realised it was a dream because I wasn't getting out of breath. And usually when I realise something's a dream, I think, I'm dreaming, and I just do whatever I want. But I don't know. Sim isn't the kind of guy I'd run through a brick wall for. I mean, he looked all right with the bucket and everything, but I wasn't playing for Sim. I was just wanting to score a goal because I haven't really scored many. Rob Patterson. I take Sim over Conte, but not Big Ange. Yeah, he's all, maybe. Well, that could have been it, couldn't it? When Conte left, instead of getting Stellini in, we could have got Sim Daniel with his bucket. I hope this doesn't become a thing because it is just my unconscious imagination that's done this. Sorry, Sim, but that's it. You're a manager and you're a tracksuit manager. You were wearing an Adidas top, but you just looked a bit bloody clueless, to be honest, running around with a bucket. There was no tactics or team talk or motivation. We just had to get on with it, But he'll probably be better than Stellini, so let's give him a go. Not yet. Seats warm at the moment. Cam Tinley, I just got on ad with a hippie in it. Looks like the YouTube AI algorithm's just even tapped into me now, isn't it? Sounded like you put, oh my God, a lawn fertilizer ad. Well, That's the sort of ads you're going to get on this channel, because I switched off all the dodgy ones, and I noticed the revenue took a little bit of a hit, but I'd rather not have dirty money from all those horrible companies that I don't like. Look, I mean, I don't know if the lawn fertilizer has clean hands with everything, but I don't know, it seems a bit better than insert gambling company name here. So there you go. But hopefully when I become a YouTube millionaire, I can tone it all down a bit more, you know. But I'm excited about this YouTube life. I mean, in a couple of years I might be able to just do this, which is ridiculous, crazy good. Thank you everyone for watching. It's awesome, man, awesome. I mean, I'm doing, my job at the moment is an Uber driver, so it's not like I'm I don't know, in the eyes of some people who live in the eastern suburbs of Sydney, very important, because I just drive around and sit and eat a bag of crisps once in a while and have a swim during the day. But that's all the work I want to do, really, because I did all the office life before, and it's so toxic out there. I don't want to do it anymore, so I'll just drive a car and do YouTube videos. And thanks to you lot, that I've got a day off. So thank you. I can thank you everyone personally for watching it. I know the adverts are annoying. What if you live in an apartment? What if you live in a one-room apartment and you dream of having a lawn, and you're watching me and it just rubs it in? Go and get a lawn. Go and get a lawn first. Get off your ass. Get a lawn, and then you can buy our fertilizer. So I'm really sorry, but thanks to watching the advert, I've got a day off. So, swings and roundabouts, isn't it? Sorry for your pain. Milton O'Brego, I hope Levy gives Ange some cash in January. Well, then there's got to be some there, isn't there? And we'll buy well. But like TalkSport BBC and Rory Jennings says, we haven't played anyone, but they talk Chelsea up like a force. Laugh. But I know I've been getting glimmers of this, Milton, that Chelsea are on the way back. Or so. I saw something when they were like talking the difference between Chelsea and Man United, and people were talking Chelsea up. Chelsea are crap. I mean, Man United are crap too, but Chelsea are in absolute disarray. What, are they going to rise from the flames like some racist phoenix? I don't think so, Chelsea. No, I think they might get relegated with a bit of luck, but unless Poch, Johnny on the spot, is white anting them just enough to keep his job so they can sustain this crapability level without being sacked. Because if he goes, they might get something that's a bit switched on. I don't know. I can't see it though. It looks like such a disjointed club with no spirit of anything. That all comes from the fans, in my opinion. That all comes from the fans. A lot of them are, not my kind of people. Whereas Tottenham got the best fans. And I'm enjoying the positivity, I think a few more games. And everyone's positive at the moment. Even the people that are saying we're not in a title race or whatever, they're still happy with the football. So, it's going well. And I think there's that belief in the team that, hang on a minute, we're still up here. What's going on? We're still number one. As that starts sinking in with people, the fans, especially the ones that go to the grounds, who probably are already over that line anyway, a lot of them, because that's what happens when you go to football games. You do get, well, I know I used to get carried away. My friends used to get carried away. It's fantastic. But all that energy and good positivity, team feeds off that. That's why Ange said to us himself. He told us, get carried away. Just go for it. It's up to us to match your expectations. See, Ange understands football. If you got, and I'm not saying Tottenham's like this, but if you got fans that couldn't give a shit, they're all on their phones, looking at there's a game going on. They're all looking at the statistics of what's going on just over there, but they're going, oh, we've got 2% more offsides and XG BLXs. How's the team going to lift? Whereas if you're all happy, but you've got that extra little 1%, that extra percent of belief that, we could actually win the bloody league. Good things can happen. Good things can happen. Rory Jennings, new age pretty boy football supporters, because it's popular. It's laddish. God, I hate laddish. Ugh. Rob Patterson, 9:44 in Wales. Oh, right. So, okay. So, all right. So clocks haven't changed in England. Is that what we're saying? Because it's 10 hours. So the clocks must be changing this weekend or something like that in England. Then it'd be 11 hours. Okay. So it's 10 at the moment. That's all right. Good to know. Milton O'Brien, born in 1984. 5 Spurs in the early 90s. I hope it's the really early 90s, because you would have caught a bit of Gazza and Lineker. But then you had a bit of old Jurgen Klinsmann, Darren Anderton, being managed by Ozzy and Steve, which was good times in their own way. But, you know, it was bad ownership at that time. Ownership's been a problem for our club. They don't even bloody own it. It's our club. Chem62, congratulations on your success building your channel. You have been with me all the way. Thank you, man. You're ahead of the curve. Enjoy your enthusiasm and balanced views. Oh, dude, man. Balance. No. Oh, dude. Anyone that says they're balanced and unbiased is so full of shit. They really are. God, dear, oh, dear. Because they do like to put themselves on a, you know, oh, look, I'm on the intellectual high ground here. I'm not biased or you know, unbalanced. Of course you are. You're a human being. It's our nature. We wouldn't have become apex predators, top of the food chain, rulers of planet Earth, if we were so unjudgmental. You've got to make judgment calls. Is that a blade of grass or is it a tiger? You know, you've got to make assumptions. Oh, Dirty Sanchez. Hello, Dirty Sanchez. Nice to have you in. Super chats and memberships are available, by the way. I haven't said that yet. No Brega. Dyer still wouldn't get picked in a pod ball. No. Well, if you believe some people, lazy Hollywood writers that are all hell-bent on everything's a multiverse now. I mean, what a tragic development in narrative entertainment. We've painted ourselves into a corner. Bit boring. Let's have a multiverse. We've already destroyed, like, New York in one film. The next film, we destroyed the whole of planet Earth, didn't we? Next movie, destroyed all, you know, Marvel movies. Here we destroyed half of all life. We've got to destroy the universes now. We've run out of shit to destroy. I know. Let's have lots of different universes so we just don't have to make sense about bloody anything. So my point is there's probably a planet out there of Eric Dyers all playing football. And Eric Dyer wins the Golden Boot every year. And Eric Dyer is the best goalkeeper in the country, and he's the best manager. Oh, you see, multiverse. Wow, shit, it really is. Keep stories simple and meaningful. Rob Patterson, big Ange for PM. No, more than that. I'm not. No, you see, I'm not talking about mere geographical areas that we've sorted out by conquest and bloodshed and God knows what horrible gubbins have decided what borders we have these days. With power constructs that are usually run by idiots, it doesn't matter what system you have in. If you have a power thing, sooner or later you're going to get a psychopath at the top. So I'm saying Ange is like beyond all that because he's just Ange, isn't he? So you just make him president of the world and he just sorts shit out. Doesn't even have to do anything really. So no, PM. Once you're in the PM thing, you'll get warped. You know. The only person that survived politics is Mel Meninga because he was only in it for about 30 seconds. If you don't know what I'm talking about, have a search on YouTube for Mel Meninga political career. It's brilliant. He was a rugby league player in Australia for Canberra, Aboriginal guy. And he was persuaded by the Labour Party to stand to be an MP in the election. So, oh yeah, because they do that from time to time, you know, parties, they draft in people to glob onto them. And so Mal Meninga's in this radio studio. He's got his headphones on. The interview says, so what attracted you? I've forgotten the question, but something like, what attracted you? You know, why now? Why the Labour Party now? And Mal says, well, you know, and he says, nah, I can't do this. And he takes his headphones off and walks out. It's brilliant. never to be seen in politics again. That's the only way to do politics, man. Spurs Ninja. Morning, Paul and chat. Aren't usually able to catch this live. Come on, you Spurs. Well, it depends when I just feel like doing it, man, you know. But thanks for managing to catch it live. Lenny Sim, Sim could possibly help get the planetary boot. Planetary boot. Then you could pass that energy on to Richie. Or maybe Richie could get the planetary boot. Maybe that's the thing we're missing. Maybe Sim in the dugout and Richie will, you know, start banging them in. Maybe my weird dream, because Sim got me to score. I mean, he didn't do anything. He was just moping around with a sponge in his tracksuit. But, I mean, you can't, you know, it's easy to get confused between causality and correlation. So the mere fact that Sim was there might have had no effect on me scoring a goal, but it happened. So maybe get Sim in there and Richie will start banging a few in. Edward Y of Oz. I keep getting ads from the Mormons. Oh man, that's the wrong tribe. I'll have to sort that one out as well. Sanford 171. What do you drive? At the moment, I am driving a Toyota Prius because it uses bugger all petrol, so I get more bang for my buck when I'm working. Rob Patterson, lol, talking about ads, and I get one in the middle. Is this the new, like, is this, it's like, oh, I don't understand it, man. Because, like, whenever I've watched live streams, when I've watched them live, I've never got ads. But if I watch them after they've, like, done, then I'll get ads. Maybe that's how I should do it. Switch it off. I can't do it for this stream, but switch it on after I come off. How about that? Maybe that would work. Because, you know, when it's live, I don't want, you know, ads firing off every 5 minutes. But if you're, you know, watching it at your leisure a bit later and you're not involved with the chat or anything, then who cares? Well, I mean, I care a bit. I don't want you to be bombarded, but, you know. Edward Y of Odds, also ads from internet dating sites matching me up with Slavic women. Well, that's dobro. Super dobro. There is another word that pops into my mind, but I'm not going to say it. On an unrelated note, did you know there was a board game called Pitch Car? Just leave that there. Kem62, money has corrupted our game. It has not made it a better game. It has always been a great game. It's simple. 11 against 11. You have to get the ball into the back of the net, and who gets the most wins. It's not hard, is it? It's an easy game to understand. And, you know, even though I saw some really great times, you know, I'm glad that at least I managed to get to football matches when you're allowed to stand. There was no seats. That was really a lot of fun. But I look back, like I was looking today, because that little video, you know, that little intro, just in case you've missed it, folks. This is what you're watching right now. Watching. So I was looking through different photos and things to see if something grabbed me. And I was going through the 20s and 30s of people at White Hart Lane. And it was just to see a mass of people heaving around. I mean, I couldn't see heaving around in a photo, but it looked great. All the blokes had flat caps and ties and cigarettes. It was great. So it would have been nice to have seen that time before safety trumped it all, you know. You know, and every time they've tried to do things for safety reasons, it's caused another problem. You know, they just can't seem to get it right. Just let people get on with it. Get on with it. Why do we need to go this way? But, oh, well, because there's a quid in it, isn't there? There's a quid. There's an opportunity. You know, over here, Football Australia, or whatever they're called, Football Federation Australie, I suppose they might start calling themselves. They seriously considered not so long ago of kind of selling the brand and everything to do with kind of football to a venture capitalist company. It didn't happen in the end. I think Rugby Union in New Zealand did something like this. But what that would have meant was some bloody corporate company would pretty much own the rights to videoing or photoing kids playing football, or whoever playing football. That's the thing that sprung to my mind, you know, because you know, my kids played football when they were younger. My eldest still plays now. And just the thought of not having any say at all in some shadowy organisation using whatever the bloody hell they wanted those images for, it's disgusting. It's not needed, not needed. So they didn't do it. But, you know, these things, once they're talked about once, they only start coming back, you know, because you got to look at personal motivations with these and all these capitalist things. It's how many millions can I make out of this? It's not for the good of anything. You know, if you get a venture capital firm in, there's going to be some middleman that's on 2%. There's some kickbacks or incentives for the executives, all that sort of stuff. It's horrible, horrible. Lenny Vial, Sim could help you possibly achieve the golden boot. Then you could pass. Oh no, I've done that one. What? Ads are fine. Okay, thank you. You know, I'm conscious of this because I am anti-capitalist, but I do want to earn a quid out of this as well, so I can not drive around 7 days a week. I can have one day off a month at the moment, guilt-free, which is nice. Three-legged dog. I watched the stream with a Manchester United content, and the guy wanted to swap his manager for Ange. Oh, bless him. Serious, I had nightmares about it later. Also, there were others saying they'd swap their managers as well for Ange. Oh, well, unlucky, because we've got him, and you ain't. And look what he's done. Yeah, where is it? Oh, look at that. If you had Ange, you could be up where we are. But you don't, so you're not. I do love shit talking when we're doing well. I don't get the chance to do it much. And ergo, equally, when we're doing rubbish, I don't care what people shit talk about Tottenham because I don't listen to them. I don't care. It's not interesting to me. Tigro SPT, another member of the Hotspur Hippie commune. Evening, Paul and chat. Evening, Tigro. Thanks for your support, man. Rob Patterson, Chelsea are going to rise from their 80s selves. Nothing. That's the team I grew up with. That's the Chelsea I grew up with. They were nothing. Comes from their fans. They're going back to nothing. Always a question for Milton. Who's getting relegated in your mind? Well, I mean, it's going to be hard for Luton, Sheffield, and Burnley to stay up, really. If there was one of them out of those three I'd stay up, I think it might be Burnley. Because I think, to Burnley's credit, they're trying to play football. And I think that will help them. They've taken a bit of hammer. They beat Luton, you know. I think they drew someone else, you know. But if we're looking at outside of those clubs, I mean, Everton are looking shaky to me. Everton, and I wouldn't put it past Chelsea. You know, Rory Bleeding Jennings might say we haven't played anyone. Well, who's Chelsea played? And they're languishing, languishing. Oh, yeah, I'm such a hypocrite. I'm such a hypocrite. It's not democracy. It's a Hotspur hypocrisy. You know, I don't care what other fans say, but I don't. You know, and like when other teams win stuff, I don't care either. But sometimes I do get a nice bit of Schadenfreude when they just are really terrible. Roy has a face you want to punch and not feel guilty. Well, I'm not a violent man. You know, I understand what you're saying, though. Rob Patterson, have you seen the Forster Matters crossover? No, is that on? Is there something that? Sorry, no. What? No, I'm not sure. I have. I was thinking of Ben Forster, but he's a Foster. Was that something on Spurs Official or something? Is it? I've not seen that one. Ben Williams, another commune member. Hello, Ben. Morning, evening, Paul. Finally catching a live stream for the first time in a while. Hurrah! Well, to be fair, Ben, I haven't been doing too many live streams. I'm trying to get back into it because I enjoy, like the last couple I've done. I've really enjoyed them. So that, you know, sometimes I forget how much I enjoy things. You know, because I come home from work, been driving 12 hours. I've been out of the house 14 hours. Sometimes I'm a bit tired and I just want to do nothing, just veg out. But I got to remember why I started this channel is to stop me doing nothing, because doing nothing is not cool if you've got depression. I'm no expert on it, but I know that much. So, you know, doing things now and then like this, that's why I'm saying an hour. I could do an hour, can't I? And I enjoy it. But nice to have you here, Ben. Roosper, that Meninga clip will never not be hilarious. It is the best, man. It is the best political career ever. Fantastic. You're sorry, and the multiverse trope is the new version of it was all a dream. Yeah, yes. Yes, man. No consequences. Absolutely. That's a good way of putting it, man. So just another shite storytelling device, really. Yeah. I was thinking this the other day. For some reason, I'm thinking of older cultures quite a bit at the moment because we've got this vote coming up in Australia, which is a complete mess. And it's going to be very disheartening for a lot of people. And I was thinking, you know, because, you know, I've had this thought before where imagine if there was no like printed word, no radio, no television, not even like recorded music, no nothing at all. Would we all be content as I am right now to just sit in a concrete box for hours on end? Probably not. And it just got me thinking, you know, because you've got a load of you know, written literature now, stories aren't allowed to, you know, ebb and flow, you know, sort of flourish and then wane and then maybe be reborn in another form, because they're always there now. And when they're always there, the next lot builds upon them. I kind of think we're running out of stories a little bit. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that's a bit too much. But before, you know, written language, the best, you probably would hear the best stories ever, because they would be the only stories you'd ever hear around a campfire or something like that. Maybe I'm being romantic or something like that. But wouldn't that be bloody enthralling? It'd be amazing, fantastic. It'd always be new, you know, and then you get legends would be passed down, but it's all word of mouth. So they, you know, they have their own little, you know, flow to them. Be amazing. But nah, we buggered it all up, haven't we? Buggered it all up. But yeah, the multiverse. Yeah, exactly. It was all a dream. I mean, another trope I really hate. This is totally different, but I've just thought of another trope I hate in movies. Any movies that has doppelgangers, I can't stand. You know, where, oh, hang on a minute, you look just like the President of the United States, or some old arse like that. So lazy. So, well, anyway, there's the tangent for you, Sarian. We got onto a tangent. 43 minutes. I'm going to go for an hour. Cam Tinley, watch the Steve McLaren interview on your recommendation. Absolutely hilarious. Never seen it before. Oh, it's so good, isn't it? So good. You got a guy that basically talks like that. That's how Steve McLaren talks. That's his normal voice. And then he goes on Dutch TV when he's coaching Twente, and he speaks in a Dutch accent as if he can't speak English, like he's getting confused over English words. How you say underdog? It's he's brilliant. Speaking in broken English, like you don't have to be in Holland for longer than 5 minutes to realise that everyone there speaks better English than people in England anyway. They can perfectly understand you. How you say underdog? The Arsenal, the Liverpool. Milton O'Brien, maybe the ads are coming from dire cyborgs trying to read our minds. I don't know. Would a dire cyborg be that successful at that endeavor? I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I mean, if you're going to build a cyborg, you want to, you know, you'd want to build a human, get it from a human, use a human being that could do something to get that perfect blend of man and machine, not perfect blend of like potato and machine. Ron V. Hi from a fellow Sydney sider. G'day, man. Have loved watching Spurs. Fan unfamiliar with Ange prior to this season. Come along for the ride. All aboard the entree. That's it. Woo woo. I'm familiar with that. Okay, so you say so. I'm just trying to. So you've been a Spurs fan for a while, and you didn't really know Ange much before, but now you do. That's unusual, eh? Someone who over here who followed Spurs but didn't see much of Ange, but the two have come together in perfect harmony. Brilliant. Glad you're enjoying the ride, man. Rob Patterson, who needs drugs when you have the Hotspur Hippie? I'm no dealer, man. So it's more lights. There we go. Keep switching off when I'm not looking at them. Not dealer, man. Sorry, and I was thankful. Isarian. I was thankful. Big Mal literally said, "I can't do this after 5 minutes." It's less than that, man. It's like 30 seconds. It's great. I actually respected him more than going down that path. Yeah. Oh, I mean, we've seen it. It's not just in this country. You see it in every country when people get involved in politics. You know, some people give them the benefit of the doubt. They're doing it for the right reason, but that doesn't last long. They get chewed up by the system. They start playing the game. As soon as you make your first deal, you've got dirty hands, haven't you? Happens to them all. Happens to them all. That's why when voting comes around in Australia, which is compulsory here, we have to vote. I just go and scribble rubbish on the paper. It's compulsory to show up and get your name ticked off. But we've got a big vote this weekend. I'm voting yes. I might do a video about it. I'm undecided yet, but because there's so much misinformation going about. Bloody Ron V. Roosberg. Oh no, you're talking to someone else. Oh, I've got a super chat here. What's this? Tigray SPT, member of the Hotspur Hippie community, and giving me more money. Bloody hell, man. Thanks, man. Voldire Mort. There you go. That's a $2 pun if ever I saw one, man. He who must be not selected. Very good, man. Very good. Hang on. There we go. I'm trying to paste the comments, so I finished just on an hour, but I'm not sure. Kim62, yes, I remember them times when you could just turn up and pay on the turnstiles. Absolutely, man. Pay your money. Now you need an app. I was going to pick up my mobile phone, but I'm talking to it. You can't do fucking anything without a phone these days. It's horrible. You know, I saw some dickhead from the Commonwealth Bank, some director of the Commonwealth Bank, saying in a newspaper article, look, we're not saying we're going to get rid of cash, but I'm just letting everyone know it costs on average each customer $40 for us to hold cash in the banks. So I'm just saying, not getting rid of cash, but it's costing you $40 a month, $40 a year. And I'm thinking, well, how much does all this tap and go shit cost? It's like 1% every fucking time you do it. So if you're spending more than $4,000 a year tap and go, it's cheaper to have cash. I know the banks want to get rid of cash because it means they'll have to do even less than they do now. Can't just rip everyone off, cream off the profit. Profit, don't get me started on profit. But yeah, you turn up to the turnstiles and pay your money and stand where you wanted. Yes, it was a game for everyone who loved the greatest team the world has ever seen. It was great. And when I had my season ticket, you could turn up and say, you forgot your season ticket? Oh, all right, love, in you go. Like now, it's a little beep. Oh, no, I've got the brightness on my phone turned up enough. It's not scanning. Oh, I've run out of battery. Oh, I've run out of battery on my phone. I can't even have a dump. Now I don't know what to do. I don't know how to stay hydrated. I can't get into sporting events. I can't have a beer. I can't get an Uber. I can't do anything. The other thing about cashless society that makes me scratch my head is because when I'm driving around, sometimes you get the traffic lights and there's, someone who often you see someone who's on hard times and they'll give you a window a quick wash and you give them a few coins. I always try and make sure I've got a few coins on me, just dish out, Less cash, less coins, less money for that. Homeless guys sitting in the street, they're not getting anything. What are you going to do? They're going to have like a terminal, are they? So all these things are changing. It's the people that are the low, I don't like using the, you know what I mean? Not lower end. I don't mean that as in anything other than economical wise. It's harder for them than anyone else. Three-legged dog, Paul. I see you in a clip a while back where you were kicking a ball around the backyard. My first impression of shit hippies are the magic mushrooms. Yeah. That's my that was my season trailer for the Treble Is On, and yeah, it was fun doing that. I wanted to make sure I didn't look good. That was the thing. I had to make sure that I did look really crap at some points, because I wasn't trying to make myself look good. Like, what a footballer I am. I am the expert on football. I wanted to be dramatic but crap, and I think I got that right. I thought you were a hippie, not a hypocrite. Well, everyone's a hypocrite, aren't they? But I am. Day to day, what I'll say changes. There's no point in holding something against me that I said yesterday. I don't know what it was. Drooler, g'day, man. Big up, Paul. Big up. Tigro SPT. Agree about Burnley. Yeah, company is pitting them head to head against good sides. They'll learn more. I think so too, man. Evolve, if you will. Yep. Then other teams that just want to park the bus for a point. Yeah. And I think overall, football's a weird old thing. I think it comes down. It basically comes down to the quality of the footballers and the team spirit and all that sort of stuff. The style you play, like, if you're crap, you're crap. And if you're crap and parking the bus, okay, you might lose 1-0. If you're crap and trying to play football, you might lose 3-0. But what's going to get you to where you want to go? Parking the bus? Excuse me. God, that was professional, wasn't it? Cool. I've just had a butter chicken as well, so it's lucky there isn't. It'll come though, won't it? It'll come where we get all our senses satisfied by this shit. Yeah, how are you going to get better at football if all you're doing is standing around in your own box? I mean, you might get very good at that, but you've got to score goals, haven't you? So yeah, I think company is doing it the right way. Beach Relax, how good though? Time's moved on, man. Spurs official. Okay, they swapped shirts. Okay, all right, I'll have a look at that. Beach Relax, lovely work, Paul. Thank you very much. Beach Relax is also voting yes. Cool, man. All right, look. Look, I'll just a quick look. Okay, look, my precedent for this is everyone was talking about LGBTQIA plus stuff about before the Qatar World Cup. I don't really like mixing politics and football, but I'm not playing football. The unfortunate thing about the vote on the weekend is that, yeah, all the racists are going to vote no because they're racists, but unfortunately a lot of people that want to do the right thing for Aboriginal people as well, a lot of them are voting no as well. Every time I've had an Aboriginal person in my cab, I've talked to them about it, and I can't give you numbers. I haven't done a poll. All I can say is some say it's a good thing, it's a stepping stone, it's something, whereas some say it's surrender, it's taking away sovereignty, all that kind of thing. And it's a real shame. I think the government's handled it appallingly, because if the goal is to walk towards a treaty, why are we buggering around with a referendum? Why are they asking me my opinion? I don't fucking know anything, and it's actually, I know it's only one vote, but I've had to consider it so bloody carefully because I don't know. And I've come to the conclusion I'm voting yes, mainly for 3 reasons. One is all the racists are voting no, and I can't stand bloody racists. Peter Dutton, Pauline Hanson, all those wankers. So that's a good reason. Second reason is Albo did let it slip that it is on the path to a treaty. So that for me is a good thing. We don't need a referendum for that, but they're pussies, the government. And a third thing, a friend of mine was Mountain Bushman said, well, what we're doing at the moment hasn't done bugger all for them, has it? So try something different, because it's appalling. Anyone who wants to know anything about how Aboriginal people are treated in Australia, the microcosm I would draw you to, to me, it's symbolic of the whole thing. I don't know if someone who's Aboriginal would say the same thing or not, but this resonates with me. Search for Rottnest Island, Rottnest Island. Rottnest Island. Look at the history of that. how it's used today, that says it all. That says it all. So don't come here and say colonialism was good for Aboriginal people or some shit like that. It's horrible. It doesn't own up to it. Doesn't own up to it. You know, just waiting for them to die off. But, you know, I think Aboriginal people are very patient. Give it another few thousand years, we'll all bug it off and they'll get the country back anyway. They're just playing the long game. We'll fuck it up and go somewhere else or die out and they'll just get everything back to the way it should be. So, you know, the long game. Rob Patterson, anyway, party political broadcast over there, but it is an important thing that's happening in Australia on the weekend. It really is. And all this referendum does is just giving it a soapbox to bigots. It's divided opinion where it wasn't necessarily needed to be divided. I get sick of people in my car telling me their stupid opinions about it because it's just racism and fascism. Oh, I've got no look. It's the Hotspur Hippie. You're going to get this from time to time. I got no truck for it. Your accents are amazing. Oh, thank you. I grew up there. I'm sure they might be getting worse as time goes on. Ron V. Oh, no, I meant it has been fun watching others unfamiliar with Ange. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah, no, it was same for me, man. Okay, that's cool, isn't it? Because we've seen it before, haven't we? Well, I had an inkling, but I knew it'd be good. I didn't think it'd be this good this quick. But all good. I've known of him since he was a player. Oh, right. Well, you've known him even longer than me, man. South Melbourne in the 80s. Cool. I first noticed him in that Craig Foster interview when he was Australian youth coach. That was the first time I really caught his eye because the NSL wasn't on TV much. I went to the odd game, but I never saw South Melbourne play. But when he was youth coach and he gave Craig Foster as good as he got, I thought, I like this guy. And then he disappeared for a bit and then came back to Brisbane Roar, and then the rest is history. James Y. Paratrooper, Paul, the Australian government forces citizens to vote. Yeah, it's compulsory. If you don't turn up and get your name marked off, you get a fine. Preach. Oh, well, got to do it sometimes, haven't I? Sorry, I've got to feel sorry for the banks. I worked it out, what was it? You can do this with any company, right? I think it was the CommBank. They announced something like $6 or $8 billion profit. This is profit, mind you. Profit. Just money for fuck all. Profit. Which you can take it one of two ways. Means that for each employee, they're underpaying them $100,000 each, or they're ripping off all their customers. Profit, man. Profit is evil. No one can ever persuade me that profit is morally justified in any circumstance. Sure, if you make a company, pay yourself a load of money. That's, yeah, okay. You know, I prefer it would be equal, but yeah, if you've got skin in the game and all that, pay yourself a bit more money, all right? But you don't pay yourself a bit more money and then cream a bit off the top. Or if you're into the share market, just because I buy some shares or some other twat, what now? The company's beholden to me? Me that has not put 1 cent into it? I just get cream for no reason? It's bonkers. That's the world. Three-legged dog. Paul, do your show on referendum. I also am voting yes. I also do a ton of fact checks, and the lies are incredible for now. Yeah. And really, I haven't seen much of it on TV because I just don't want to, because there'll all be I can imagine there'll be people out there saying, oh, if you change the referendum, the whole thing will fall to bits. It's just the you know what I mean? You know what these clowns say? They'll say, oh, we're handing the, I don't know. The same thing happened with the Republican referendum in, was it 98 or something like that? All these bollocks. Oh, no, Australia's going to burn to the ground. Everyone's going to run around with their asses on fire. Oh, no. If we change the referendum, it'll become law that you've got to slam your cock in a fridge door twice a day. That's what the referendum's going to do. All this stupid stuff. Milton Beggar, I've got 2 young daughters, so when they lose their tooth instead of the tooth fairy, where's this going? Leaving a 5 at what time? Yeah, there you go. There's another one. Oh, yeah, tooth fairy. Beep. Oh, maybe it's a little tooth fairy. I bet there's a tooth fairy app. I bet if someone searches apps tooth fairy, there'll be a thing there, and there'll be a thing where you can pay and like monitor how many teeth are falling out your fucking child's head. My tooth fairy app, e-fairy, i-fairy. I mean, if it hasn't been done, I might do it because it sounds like a winner. I'll make a few quid out of that. A virtual tooth fairy app. Fuck me. The world did end. You know, you will realise the world did in fact end in the year 2000, and we're just hanging around there. We don't really realise. Like, music's turned to shit, entertainment's turned to shit, sports shit, politics is even worse. Rampant capitalism, empathy's disappeared from the world. People can't communicate with each other because we're all communicating with screens now. Computers are doing everything. Robots are doing everything. In the 1960s, they'd say all this technology meant we would have to do bugger all. We could just lie around when a robot comes and fluffs us or something. But no, instead of that, world ended in 2000. Beach Relax. I try to usually buy a $1 to $2 dog food product when I go to Woolies or Coles to put in the dog box on exit. Is this a thing? I don't know this one. Is there a dog box at supermarkets? Are you saying that when you go, that supermarkets have like, or is this like Australian slang for something that I'm getting confused about? So supermarkets have like a charity pet food thing, so you can give like, you know, a little dog food thing to pay for someone who's hard in their times to give them their dog a treat. Is that right? Why doesn't the fucking supermarket do it? You know, it's like when you go and buy something in a shop. Oh, would you like to donate to charity? No, and they look like you've just had a dump on the counter. So why don't you do it? Don't use customers' money and they say, oh, we raised £1 million. We raised $1 million. No, you didn't. Other people gave you the money. It wasn't you. Well, I saw this Woolworths. I did see this Woolworths lorry in front of me. And it said something on the back like, helping provide, you know, X amount of dollars of food to homeless shelters. I mean, is that all? How much profit do you need? Rob Patterson, I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Well, thanks, man. Thanks, man. Donna Varstracher, the North American First Nations. Oh, hello. I heard Beds Are Burning. Yes, good song, man. For the first time in my life. What a song. Yeah, there's been some great songs down the years over about it, but nothing fucking changes. I vote yes, good man. I'm not. I don't want to get into a big discussion because, you know, sooner or later there's going to be some one that I disagree with. And this is something I really like. It's not politics to me. It's just bloody right and wrong. Beach Relax, brilliant explanation, sir. I hope so. Something needs to be done. It'd be so, like, with the right will. We got the money in this country to do it, haven't we? We can fix it. Why is the prison population in Australia? It's either 25 or 35. I think it's 25. It's 25%. 25% of the prison population in Australia is Aboriginal. Aboriginal only consist of 3% of the population. They're overrepresented 8 times. Why is that? Systemic racism. That's why. Oh, yeah, that's another point. Yeah, absolute ball. Referendums are a complete waste of money. Absolutely right. What a waste of money. They could have just spent that money on something else. Hisbala Foggies, who would you say the most underrated Spurs player and most overrated Spurs player? Ooh, that's an interesting question. Yeah, the name that leaps to my mind as underrated would be someone like Gary Stevens. Even though I think he was rated by a lot of people as well. He got some England caps. But the thing about Gary Stevens was he was very versatile. So back in the days when you could only have 2 substitutes, he was generally one of them when he wasn't in the first team. But you could stick him on in midfield, left back. You could put the guy anywhere and he'll do a job for you. So I think players like that are underrated. Overrated Spurs player. Harry Kane. Harry Kane. Because a lot of people say he's their best ever player, and I don't think he's anywhere near. No, I'm not saying he's not good or anything like that, and I'm not saying this just because he's gone or anything like that. But he's overrated, I think, for some reason. I might be completely off the mark on that one, but I've seen far better players than Harry Kane. Thank you for speaking up. Always heartbreaking to see how people are being manipulated through fear and misinformation. There lies peace and love. It's the way of the world. It's all power. Power corrupts. If you got honey on your fingers, you're going to lick it, aren't you? That's what power is. Not a big voted. No, look, I know. No, don't. No, look, no. Don't. Oh, I didn't want this to happen. I'm not going to get into this. Yeah. I don't know. Look. Here's the thing. I do know that there's a lot of Aboriginal people voting no as well. So you can't say people who are voting no are necessarily racist. But you can say all the racists are going to vote no. But unfortunately, they're all voting no. But the good guys are split. That's the problem. They're split. Some are voting yes, some are voting no. They force crap childish music on us everywhere these days. Oh, yeah, they do, man. Oh, this was something I was seeing the other day, man. Every time there's an advert, it's like got this ding, 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 like Play School music or something. We're going through the round window to sell you some shit. Pet food charity. Okay, maybe because I shop at Aldi and they can't be asked. Should be standard. Just Woolies. How much profit do you make? You don't need all that. Just give it away. Help inflation. 3 banks, I hate them. ATMs, when they first came out, they said they would be free, and then they said 10-cent admin, and now they cost $3.70. Yeah, I know. And it's a rip-off because the banks just charge each other, so they're kind of cancelling each other out, but just getting money in. I mean, fucking hell. You couldn't make this dystopian world up. Come on, you Spurs. That's right, man. It's the reason we got rid of. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, so Woolies, different company in England, more of a tat mark. What would be the equivalent? I suppose like an upmarket reject shop, not as big as a Target or a Kmart, smaller, way smaller. Tat. But I used to like walking around the toy section when I went shopping with my mum. They couldn't fund enough for our government. That is, the Uluru Statement from the Heart is a beautiful document and entails a very modest and gracious request. I fear we will fail this test of our national character. I think we will too, man. For the wrong reasons as well. For the wrong reasons. Even if the yes, the good guy vote wasn't split, I still don't think it would get voted up because I think there's enough ignorant people in this country, especially the ones that hold the reins of power. Has Scott Morrison been to a Cronulla Sharks game since he stopped being Prime Minister? Has he? Oh, funny that. Maybe it's because he's from fucking Bronte and he likes rugby union and he played you Cronulla Sharks clowns for the gullible muppets you are. Shamu Vandervoo, camera is looking clearer than usual, Paul. Did you get a new camera? No. I might have just wiped my finger over it or something. I don't know. I haven't changed anything. Maybe it's the lights or something. I don't. Oh, maybe I turned because I was on the Irish Hotspur the other night, and David, before we went on, he said, "God, your light's bright," which is this thing here, this $30 piece of equipment I bought here. And he says it's very bright, and I thought, oh yeah, I'll turn it down a bit, and it looks better, doesn't it? So maybe that's it. And I'll be squinting as well because it is quite bright. Hang on, did you see Kim62? Did you see the pitches that Greaves played on compared to the carpets that they play on now? I know, man. Well, it's all even when I used to go, the pitches were a lot worse. Not as bad as they were back then, but you'd still get like if it was raining or there was winter, it'd be mud everywhere. Ball would bounce, stick in a puddle and bugger off at a different angle. Yeah, no, they had great skill. Have you ever watched Friendly Geordies? Nah. I've vaguely heard of him, but it's just nah. I don't watch political stuff. I just not into it. Screw the Sharks. Yeah, that's it, man. All right, folks. Well, you know, that's over an hour, isn't it? And I've just got to find the video I leave with, haven't I? Well, thanks for popping in. Thanks for liking and subscribing, or just lying on the couch, either now or in the future sometime. I hope the future's all right, and you've had a nice, relaxing time. And I'll be back soon, I guess. Thanks to subscribers, thanks to the channel members, thanks to Tigaro for the super chat, man. Thank you very much. I'll bid you farewell. Peace and love, man. Peace and love. Come on, you Spurs.